Another wonderful week filled with amazing Live2D creators, starting off with BlubbrMuffins, thinning the lines between 2D models with pixel game characters. They created a fully pixelated 2D sprite with a completed front, back, and side views, combining with the walk cycles and the characters can traverse anywhere, using head positions as the tracking input. Very smart!
By the way, I actually just got myself one of Blubber's Pixmall models, and it has so many cool features to it. They made me a full Tamagotchi, they gave me a really cool power down animation, they made amazing arm-raising animations, and so many cool things like that, so definitely check out their commissions. They're so good!
An interview with Blubber gave us more insights on how the model was made. The rotations of the character is calculated through physics, using the face X and face Y parameters as the input, and a quick conditional toggles parameter to turn the walking on and off. They clearly have a lot of experience with pixelated works as shown in their next work, a functioning pixelated gun with a very wide range of movements. I couldn't believe that this was Live2D when I first saw it. Inspired by voxel art and using a technique similar to grease pencil in Blender, they say, the gun is comprised of the inner color layers and the outlines. And then for the actual rigging part, Blubber said that they created a base that rotates the layer of pixel in a sphere, then they go back and just clean up the angles. Though it sounds simple, I tried it out myself and it was really hard. And definitely required tons of skills and dedications. I truly admire Blubber's stylizations and creative minds. We know how difficult it is to replicate realistic 3D movements for angle XY of the face and angle. Now imagine how even more difficult it would be if you strip away the flesh of your VTubers! Yay! That's right, TRedCatMusic baffled the Live2D world when they reviewed the amazing rigging done on their Bone VTuber, showcasing anatomically correct structures and movement for every single calcium-rich body parts. In preparations for their model, they have prepared tons and tons of reference in Photoshop to use in Live2D. And I think TRedCat might have broken the records for most amount of glue used in the model. I think I see the Holy Spirit before my eyes when they show me the behind the scene, like when you press Ctrl A and everything just pops up like ah! Their commissions are also open for summer and beyond, with multiple incredibly satisfied clients to prove the qualities of their work.
If you're into masks, check out Ren's ongoing project on their mask rig, which displays impressive angles and transitions using screen tones and gradient mask. Ren also shows how they created the mask meshes using straightforward shapes that follow the mask contours. They also used glue to add depth to the mask more easily. Ren has also coded a post from KK All The Way, who provided clipping assets in their study file, so make sure to check out their works too!
Up next is something that could add some extra motion in your model without needing to go as far as installing new plugins. Dream Eater VTuber Horacchi has created a couple of quick videos showcasing their newer idea of shoulder physics in their rigging. Horacchi seems to have added the shoulder physics to the Z body motion, making the side-to-side tilt of the body make the shoulders lightly bounce up and down, and make the motion feel a lot more organic overall. After seeing Horacchi's addition actually, I added this idea onto my own most recent models, creating some shoulder physics connected to brow movements, hunching the shoulders up when angry and slumping when scared or sad. There may be even more to do with tying simple body motions like this to facial expressions or to the body tilt, so you might want to play around with the idea too. And if you've ever really considered getting into Live2D rigging yourself, maybe now is the perfect time to. At the start of June, the Live2D company contacted a large list of guide makers on YouTube to put together several different playlists for us to go through, including some guides from very own Althea and a ton of other amazing creators. There are several new English playlists to be found on the Live2D YouTube page, including full workflows, a complete how-to series for rigging a model from the beginning, and 2 final playlists for more in-depth topics separated into under 5 minutes and over 5 minutes. This is probably the best possible place for anyone looking to get started with Live2D rigging right now, or the best place for already accomplished creators to hone their skills in something new, like detailed guides on glasses, frame-by-frame animations, water and liquids, tail motions, and even more. So check it out!
I think we've all seen at least one Live2D model leaning into the camera recently. And here we have ZAEC with a study file that not only demonstrates angle tracking, but body and position tracking as well. This is a great free resource for riggers of all skill levels. They even provide a brief explanation on what each parameter does for our newer riggers out there. Plus, it's super useful to see how the angle and position parameters interact with each other. so you too can rig that perfect lean-in. ZAEC hopes that riggers out there will use this to demonstrate to potential clients what sort of movement to expect on their own rigs. Next up, we have something jiggly? We do love some good jiggle physics, and here we have KaiahMoss's newest customizable model. These slimes are incredibly smooth, but they're not just wiggly. They have over 100 customization toggles, with near endless amounts of variations to create. And that's not all, as Kai introduces us to collab toggles. Making V-neck collabs even more fun, you and your friends can become a dango on a stick, or even ride the V-Tumba together. And let's not forget, the most important feature of all, the little hat. And speaking of physics, let's take a look at Lyrramori's impressive halo. Is that a halo with adjustable spin speed? Lyrramori shares that it's basically a combination of two physics techniques: conditional blend shapes, which we most often see in tail speed rigging, as well as repeat parameter physics, which is generally used to replace idle animation with physics. They did an incredible job integrating the two techniques with such a smooth transition between the slow and fast speed. They're planning to make a tutorial soon, so watch that space.
Continuing with Rubrta's impressive tail rig for Silent Bell, which has captivated many. They've also shared a detailed explanation of their tail rigging process. It appears to entail numerous parameters and skidding techniques for the physics, with the key technique being the addition of deformation at the tail tip to achieve a flattened appearance. Following up with Idho's Cauldron rig for Goody, using only one layer for the art. How did they manage that? Thankfully, they've provided a guide on their method. While the artwork consists of only one layer, it is divided into several parts, such as the lower part, the handles, and the upper part of the cauldron. The upper and lower parts of the cauldron are glued together, and the handles are glued to the lower part. They then added deformers for both the upper and lower parts of the cauldron. It also appears they have a parameter for adjusting the roundness. And there you have it!
Breaking news! This just in from AruruSeria. Apparently, in Live2D's Creative Awards 11, they will not be accepting work that was done as a paid commission. Aruru mentions them confirming this in an email inquiry. In the Live2D Creative Awards for 2023, you could submit work that was created as a full project for other people, as long as you obtained full permission from the applicable parties. But, as of this year, this is no longer the case, with the official rules stating directly, no, entrants may not submit any work for which you have received remuneration from a third party to create. So, this means that if you have received payment for a model, you cannot use that in your application for the Live2D Creative Awards. It's not clear if this includes gift models or giveaways. I would definitely try to email Live2D before you try to use those in your application.